So, yeah, single gearing on each. Hindenburgs.
Hindenburg, more Hindenburg. Interestingly, Delta not doing that. Des Moines, Minotaur, Hindenburg, Zao, Moskva. All they needed was
All
the
this.
Omri, and they would have had the full set.
Yes.
And I suppose we're going to find out whether or not that makes a difference. So, headbutt.
But
And there we go. Right. So, run the camera free. Let's go see what MDiv are up to. First and foremost, of course, lock onto Corin so I have a decent render setting. Right, and with that done, looks like... Yep, looks like most of MDiv are going straight for A. Torpedo bombers have dumped their warheads and are running out as suicide scouts once again. I wonder if the reason we're seeing the torp bombers used is because it's a smaller squadron than the dive bombers, and you get into the air that 5 or 6 seconds faster.
possible, yeah. Looks like we've got just a AC split here so far from Delta.
Okay. And that might work, it might not, because MDiv are putting a couple of heavies out to the BC gap. 2 Hindenburgs and a Montana, the classic blocking force, really. So a sea push might work, but they're going to have to be very aggressive about it. And, well, torp bombers have picked up some early info, and they're not dead, which is a surprise. But they spotted the Des Moines, they spotted Ghost's Conqueror, and got a quick look at another Dev's Montana. So they kind of know to expect an AC split, but they don't really know what the force balance looks like yet.
The scouting see now the torpedo bombers. We got some good vision, so we see 2 Hindenburgs and Montana heading that way.
Yeah, and you also see
But
the
those
fighter
planes got
squadron
absolutely
that's in the middle of murdering your planes. That's one of the disadvantages, I suppose, of the torp bombers. They're not as fast as the dive bombers once they drop their warheads, so they can still be chased down by fighters. Also picked up the Minotaur pushing into B.
Yeah, very aggressive push into B.
Valen Rista, again, seems to like taking the aggressive cat pushes, but if he can get behind the central island...
Yamato's
then...
engaging. Not very well angled to it.
Let's see if it works. 46 centimetre down.
Oh, halved him.
And, okay, he got
Instant
away with the
button.
worst of it. That could have been much, much worse than it was. But he...
Could have been, yeah.
I think he missed his turn as a consequence. You see that little jutting spit just at the northeast corner of B? Yeah, he's hit that. He hasn't quite wriggled in behind the cover, and he's had to back up just briefly. So they got a very quick target lock on him. I don't think anyone was able to capitalise, though. But, yeah, early
If he
grab...
gets spotted whilst backing up here, the Yamato could take another shot if he's still looking this way, but he needs to be spotted in order for that to happen.
Yeah, and Tommy's not looking this way. He's actually eyeing up either the Conqueror or Podolier's Des Moines. So we'll see which way that goes. Crunch. And Valen Rista manages to finish his cap first time. So, grabs B, grabs an early advantage. Problem is, where does he go from there? Because if he's
He doesn't, if he wants to stay alive.
If he's a radar Minotaur, I mean, he's got nowhere to go, he can't contribute, but he can provide a good deterrent and good flat cover. It's not stopped him trying to rearrange the island, but I don't think he actually... I assume he knows there's a rock in the way.
Yeah, I think he's just praying that gets through.
Trust me, that's not going to happen. Not given how tight the guns are. Maybe if you put the shells into orbit. Okay, so while he's doing that, Rudy, once again, sneaking in, grabbing a cap, so it's currently 1 control point each. Nobody in a hurry to go into C. Nobody wants to get into that particular tar pit just yet.
Podler trying to get some good fire on the Hindenburg.
Yeah,
That's no
he's
luck
got
so far.
He's got the smoke cover to do it. He could maybe switch his fire right if he can see Vogel, Because right now Vogel
You
is...
can see Vogel, yes.
Vogel is flat broadside but turning in. I'm surprised Pod didn't switch his fire over.
I think I see what they're focusing fire this Hindenburg at the front because he's much further forward and he's the one that's posing the biggest risk to the A. So they want to get rid of him quick.
Except, of course, that they
They can't
A's
see him,
already
right?
fallen, so... Oh. I wonder if they're... trying to put down QI's flak. Because the Torp bombers did just take a quick look and then decided against it.
Yeah.
Possibly
now they're
because...
going in on Vogel.
Possibly because maybe Rudy is packing defensive, and also there's fighter cover in position now, so Podl has had to back up behind the island. Ghost is now the focus of the fire, and interesting. MDIV, again, they're taking that slightly unhurried approach that we've seen out of several of the high-end teams in today's stream. They're not hell for leather into the cap. They're deliberately not outrunning their heavy units.
Ghost has popped a new boat button so far, so that's the first one of his gone. Minotaur, Dr. Vanstra, still exactly where he was.
Well, as you...
Where
actually,
else is he going to go? It's actually moving forward a bit.
At this point...
Shot
At
here.
this point, he could think about it, because...
He just bounced an AP shell as well on his turret.
Yeah, I mean, the only people who really have a shot on him are the Styrian and Cerno. And
Turret
even...
just can't get over that island.
And they can't clear that island, so if Valenrista wanted to move at this point, he could. Nothing really has a good line of fire on him, so he could break east and try and wriggle into sea. And that would be an interesting solution to the tar pit, because rather than trying to come in north-south, he can come in along the channel, just tuck in behind that corner, and if he's got a smoke handy, then that would let him do it.
He's getting caught out here. Big hit from Vogel. Halves him already. I mean, no one coming any second.
I don't know whether he was trying to get a flat broadside in, or whether he was trying to get some spotting.
They've got to get out of there. They're being very quickly pushed here on A. They kind of need to escape. Gearing's smoking him up, but...
That's not going to help him. Because right now, they are flanked, and Tommy is just...
Oh, beautiful shot.
Vogel there getting the kill. Carrier drop coming
A-flank's completely fallen here.
down.
The Conqueror's going to be... Conqueror's on such low health, he's down to 12k already.
Yep, I mean, he's got
he's
got two Hindenburgs and a Yamato beating on him. And honestly, with Vogel's spacing on the other two, he can't angle against both of them. Even if he goes bow on to Tomi, then those 46cm guns are just going to plow right on through.
Yeah, here's a new boat button.
Okay, but will it be enough?
He can't disengage. There's no chance of disengaging. He's just got to dish out as much damage as possible here.
Yeah, and the new boat button will help, and he's throwing fire at the Yamato. But...
Solid hit.
Question is that one fire or two? And of course he's unmasked in the process. 46cm guns are out. Goes turning away, but that could have been worse. He took 10,000 off that, and the Hindenburgs are both peppering him as well. He's actually backing up. He's trying to stay bow on. You're absolutely right. I mean, he realizes he's dead. He's just trying to deny as best he can.
He's taking some pretty heavy damage, though.
The thing about Tommy's angle at the moment is that I'm really surprised Ghost hasn't switched to AP, because if you look at the way he's angled to Tommy,
he's giving the front citadel that pike nose or oxford citadel, how you want to say it.
Yeah, that weak spot below the number 2 turret was vulnerable there for several seconds. I mean, Tommy's turned it in enough that he might mask it, but there's the armor piercing. Okay, that could have gone better. He didn't find the weak spot, and he's not going to get another chance. He's gone. 8,000 health.
Boop.
Yeah.
A-flank's completely routed. If they need... Well, the Minotaur has made a pretty interesting push. Now look at his new position here on C.
Yeah,
he's
done
shots on Askoda here as well.
That's pretty much exactly what I thought he was going to do. And Askoda... Askoda's not got the line. Rudy is actually spotting just briefly, but got caught in the process and had to drop back.
Moskva has a shot here.
Yeah,
so
but At this point, all the MDiv forces in B have to do is hold the line, because their A force is pushing up and absolutely abusing Xanzus. Carrier cross drop there, but Xanzus is going to get between the fish. Nicely done. He can maybe get a torpedo solution on Tommy, but there's the cross drop, and he's going to
one
eat
at least. There it is.
two.
Oh,
yeah,
it did hit the bow.
2 hits. So, ouch, he's down to 5,000, and he's stern on to the Yamatos, so he needs to do a sharp starboard turn now. One, he's going to get railgunned, and...
Oh, here they come.
Yeah, and... Oops.
Ouch.
Yeah, he might have been able to survive the Yamato, but Captain Stewie putting the high X in as well was just the end of it. Question is, did he get his torpedoes away? Those Mark 17s are stealthy, but they're not very fast. They only do about 66 knots, give or take. Which, by the standards of Tier 10, is not great. Not when you've got the F3 Murderfish running around at 76. But at this point, all MDiv's eastern side have to do is hold what they got. They can sit
they
back.
They haven't lost much health for it as well. Look at the health points.
Yeah, that's the other problem.
Half health. The thing that's taking the most damage is the Yamato, who's just bullied his way through A. Everything else is doing just fine.
Yeah, I mean, the problem is a good chunk of that health deficit was the force at A. And they just got isolated off and defeated in detail. MDiv did a much better...
around in the crossfire.
MDiv did a much better job of judging how their forces needed to be balanced. They put 2 Hindenburgs and a Montana in, and as steel walls go, that's a pretty solid one. That blocked C and held off B, and contained Delta in the northeast corner of the map. And then the rest of their team just bulldozed A and are now swinging round to put the pressure on.
This is exactly what happens in King of the Sea 5, except this time it's the northern side that's getting penned instead of the southern side.
Yeah, in truth, I have to say that I don't think we ever saw the north side pull it off either. C is just...
No, we didn't, actually.
C is just a tar pit, but... wow,
Valin
Vista...
going hell for leather, though.
Characteristic. I mean, he's going full taffy on them, but he's gone broadside to a Skoda in the process, and he was lucky not to eat that, but the moment Cerno reloads his main battery, it's goodbye. I mean, at that angle...
Yeah. Might be mutual, although actually he might be able to outrun.
No. Cerno's going to eat a couple, but 1, 2... Just 2. He had just enough way and momentum to get out of the way of that salvo, but...
Yeah, this is pretty conclusive. This game now. Monster's next on the chopping block.
MDiv just decided to stop playing nice, I think.
Yeah, they were like, enough games, we're going through A, nothing's stopping us.
Yeah.
Look.
Yeah, and Hawaii 27 just... Yeah. I mean, the battleship Moskva is tough, but when... Oh, even the carrier bombers want to go, and with the amount of high-X hits he's taken... He's
literally every plane is here.
He's not going to have enough flak left to stop this. Oh, then again, fighter strafe kicks in, but it's not enough. Torp bombers
Interesting
drop
angle. Guess they're just trying to get them on.
Well, I think it was defensive, so he knew he was shotgunning anyway, but one torpedo's going to hit. Might do the job. Boom.
Yeah, it does. Kill.
Corrin there, trusting his feelings. Switching off the targeting computer.
Oh, Montana's... Oh, he would have been dropped there, but he turned in just enough that the 3 of them didn't arm. Only 1 of them armed it. So he actually survives that drop.
And he's just able to ride the fire.
He's going to burn out, though.
Well, maybe. Hindenburg's dropping high X. You're right, unless he's got either a repair party or a damn con on standby.
I think he's also flooding from that 1 torpedo that did hit.
Yeah, he's gone.
Yeah, there it is.
And boom, but it's not going to change anything. 930 to 390. There's a 240 health advantage. 5
Another
boats
dev is just getting chunked
down.
by Hindenburg AP.
Yeah, I mean, this is just Endex, really. There's nothing else to say. Another dev is
doing anything. His guns pointed off in the middle distance.
Black.
He knew it was coming.
And that's game. MDiv take the match 2-1 and get through into the quarterfinals. We say goodbye to Delta. Valiant fight, but they were just outclassed completely on that third map.
Yeah, they were.